magnificent home. And I'm not going to disagree with that. But my goal is to tell you that success comes in so many forms beyond what we think it is. We think that to succeed, it means a better home, a better car, more jewelry, things that we can own, things that were perceived to be a success. And I was always that way too. I mean, my history, I was one of 6 children. My whole family was educated. I was not. I really didn't really like school, to be honest. So in 1969, when I graduated, there were not a lot of options for women. You were a beautician, you were a secretary. Entrepreneurship didn't even really come in until the 90s. So I went through the 70s as a beautician, as a waitress. And you know, to be a waitress back in the 70s was not really a cool job. It was, you know, kind of a loser job. And I was reminded continually from my family of what a loser I was because I was a waitress. Therefore, when you're told you're a loser, you become a loser, right? We are what people's perceptions of us are, unfortunately. Instead of saying, I am who I am, and I am going to succeed, we become our perceptions of what other people think we are. So therefore, I made some poor choices. Of course, I look back today, they were brilliant choices, but at the time they were poor choices. But one story I want to tell you is that when I worked at the Hyatt Regency O'Hare, I was there for many years. I was there for 12 years, desperately wanted to get out of being a waitress. Nobody would hire me. Nobody thought that I had the potential. And I know there's a lot of people here, I've met you before, I've met you at the book signing, I've met you on the path. You're that person that I was. You have a dream, but no one believes in the dream but you. So anyway, I was off of work for 3 months. They were renovating the Hyatt Hotel, and I, a waitress at the Snuggery, I was a bartender. It was awful. I had little children, I was divorced, I had babysitters left. It was just a horrible time. Went back to work. The night I went back to work, there was a terrible storm, and the roof blew off at the Hyatt Regency O'Hare. I was going to be off for another 3 months. So I tell you this story only because there are so many of you that are at that point. You're like, God, how could it get any worse? That Monday, I went to an employment agency and went in, and I had done this before, filled out an application. The girl read the application, and she said, sorry, you have no experience. You've been a waitress. You have no education. No one's going to hire you. So I kind of walked out, hat in hand. She called me a couple hours later and she said, I got a call from a trucking company. They're looking for a customer service rep, and if you're willing to take the job, it'll be yours. So it was $12.50 an hour. My younger sister, who had just graduated from Northern, said, you're not going to make $12.50 an hour. Again, this was back in the early 80s. She said, I've got a college degree and I'm not going to make $12.50 an hour. Went for the interview, and the rest was history. I got the job, got in sales. I was now in my mid-30s. I knew the fairy godmother was not coming. This was it. Opportunities came. Opportunities came. Success came. So I think the story, the meaning of the whole succeed means that just because right here, right now, you don't feel that you've succeeded in life, you're still here, your heart is still pumping, you're still breathing, success is ahead of you. Your best days are all ahead of you. And you have the ability to look back now and figure it all out. So many of you come to the path and you find that hope and you find that inspiration. Success to me was today. I opened my home to 200 people for the chef's walk. All the food went to the pantry, the food pantry up here. That is success to me, is to feel the love from so many people that have walked on the path, that have heard my story, have heard my journey, have given them inspiration. That's worth more than any money that I have in the bank. That's worth more than any piece of jewelry I own. And believe me, don't get me wrong, I love nice things. But success to me is feeling the love from other people. So I thank all of you for coming. I hope that my story, my journey, is a gift to all of you to know that, yeah, things are going to happen. Bad times are going to happen. Don't give up. Don't give up. The next miracle is the next step. So thank you all for coming. I truly enjoy it, and I'll receive any questions after my other great friends and speakers. Thank you.